It is, oh my gosh, it's August 16th and we're going to Ren Fair next weekend. This was kind of a last minute plan for my 21st birthday, which was last week. So we've got a week to crunch to make this outfit. I start a new job on Tuesday, 9 to 5, so this is going to be interesting, but I do have a plan and I can't wait to take you guys along with me on this fun build. All right, so let's get going because I'm already starting really late. So first things first, today we are starting on the wings. I have had this character idea in my head for so long. She's like this little dragonfly fairy that hoards everything she finds. Think about like Tinkerbell, but with like curly red hair and kind of a mess, and she's got like buttons all over the place, and her skirt is just like pieces of fabric that she's found. Her wings are dragonfly wings, not fairy wings. I love dragonflies, so we're doing that. So today we're going to start on the wings. Last week while I was in California, I ordered a whole bunch of craft supplies from Amazon that are coming today. So I already have the wire that I'm going to start molding to my shape today. Tomorrow and Monday, my hope is to get the skirt made. And then everything else is kind of a conglomerate of things that I've ordered, things that I have in my cosplay closet, wardrobe pieces, all sorts of stuff. And I have to go thrifting for some boots. That's a big thing. So I'm gonna put my hair in a bandana, get it out of my face, even though it's in these tend to bug me, eat some food, and get started making these wings.
So I went ahead and laid out some cardboard on my living room floor, a little bit longer than the length of my torso. This is just what I had. And then I started marking the shape of my torso and my hips so that I could get an accurate measurement for the wings. So the very first thing is I laid down and I kind of sort of, as best I could, trace the outline of where my hips were and kind of the outline of my torso so that I can get kind of a size reference for what I want these wings to be. Now I'm going to take this cardboard up onto the table and sketch out my wings. Okay, so now you can see I've added a little bit of a extra side piece to the cardboard so that I can have a little bit more room. And I have my reference photos over there, and now I am going to sketch it all out. I have drawn out the main shape of the wing. It's going to be two wings like that. I only need to draw out one, thankfully. Now I'm going to wire it all up and make two of these. Alrighty, so I have my first set of wings completely made, which is so exciting. It did take 3.5 hours, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to show you kind of what they look like on-ish, and then we're gonna go spray paint these so they dry while I start to make the other set. So, they will sit kind of like this. They look awesome. I'm gonna hang jewels from the broken bits of them, jewels and buttons and stuff. So yeah, I'm so excited. It's about to start thunderstorming. I just got the notification on my phone, so oh my god, look at that. Yeah, that's what's coming our way. Things are now inside as the sky grows darker and darker. I'm not painting inside, that would be stupid. We have no ventilation.
So I'm gonna leave this here and I will do some more painting tomorrow or tonight if it stops raining, but I think it's gonna thunderstorm overnight. The glories of living in the Midwest during the late summer. So fun. Good morning. It is August 17th, 10:51 a.m. Last night I was able to get one coat on some of these, but they need a little bit of touch up with some tape and some more coats. The iridescent cellophane is coming today, so later this afternoon, so it's perfect. It gives me some time to make some tweaks on these, do what I need to do, and then we will wrap them in cellophane today. Yeah, alrighty, we are back. It is currently 6:06 p.m. I had to do a lot of waiting today because I painted, put more coats on the wings, and I had to wait for a couple of things to be delivered. But those things were delivered, which were this cellophane wrap that actually makes the wings and my spray glue. So have a towel or a blanket laid down that I don't mind getting things on, and I'm going to roll out this cellophane and start crafting. I'm so excited.
This took so much trial and error. This first wing that you see me doing here, I did not do correctly at all, but you know what? We persevere. The second wing, I figured out how to do it correctly. I had to spray the glue on twice before and after I put the wire down, and then iron the cellophane with a towel so that the cellophane shrunk up around the wire, which you can see me doing here. I then cut it out, making sure that the glue was all good and dry, and then you can see me going outside. And this is where I made some stupid decisions. So you can see me here with a lighter cleaning up and melting the edges of the cellophane, which you have to do to make sure that it's all set in. But I only had a tiny lighter, so don't do what I did and burn yourself. I ended up getting so sick and tired of this that I went inside and I used my heat gun, which worked so much better. Then you can see me here applying tons of little tiny glass beads to the wings, especially around the tips of the wings to give it dimension, color, some texture. I also went ahead and applied the beads to where the wires met underneath the cellophane to cover up the painter's tape that I used to attach the wire together when I molded it.
All right, well, I think we're done for the night, considering that the E6000 has to cure. But I got a side each done with the beading. You can see all the little beads that I've added, all that sort of stuff. So tomorrow, depending on how they have dried, we will flip around, do the other side. And tomorrow we are going to start on my skirt. We're gonna start on my skirt in between meeting a friend for coffee, and then I have a doctor's appointment, and then after that I can get into the lab so that I can go sew. All right, see you tomorrow. Good morning, y'all. It is August 18th, sometime around 10:30 in the morning. I had a slow morning today, getting up and getting ready and getting groceries, stuff like that. But the beading on the wings has dried beautifully. It's not fully cured, but it's dried enough where I can flip it over and start beading the other side, which is great because that saves me time. Oh no, my beads are glued to the parchment paper. And then later today, after a doctor's appointment, I am going to start on the skirt. So I'm going to continue beading and watching Critical Role. If any of y'all saw my last video, my Pike cosplay video, I was watching campaign 1 throughout the majority of the end of last year and beginning of this year. Now I'm about halfway through campaign 2, and it is so good. I cannot wait for the animated series to come out in 2 months. But so yeah, I'm gonna sit here, drink my coffee while I wait for my rice to cook and bead. So fun. Quick change of plans. Let's go this way so that you can actually see me. The IR lab that my school has, it's like a maker space, is closed for the summer and does not open back up until September 5th. So I had no access to a sewing machine. Keyword, had. I have been looking for an excuse to buy a sewing machine here in Chicago. I have one in California. It's the Big Brother automated sewing and embroidery machine. But my sister uses that religiously when I'm not there, and it's massive. There's no way to get it out here, nor would I take it away from her because she does so many cool upcycling projects of her own clothes. So I just bought my first sewing machine, like of my own, that I actually paid for. I'm very proud of myself. It gets here tomorrow, so we are not going to be working on the skirt today. We're going to be working on that tomorrow after work. But I have to go because I have to get ready for my doctor's appointment. But I wanted to show you the wings because I finished them. Here they are. They are the perfect color, like in this lighting, and then they switch to this like beautiful purple as you tilt them up. It looks so good, but the beading is gorgeous. I literally used all of the beads of the colors that I needed. I was worried I was gonna run out as I did it, but they're just gorgeous. I'm so excited. I showed them to my mom last night and she was like freaking out over the phone. They're so cool. Don't mind the hole. That's gonna be covered up. That was from the heat gun. I'm so proud of them. I love them so much. Just a few things that I have to get while I'm out, and it will be easier to do while I'm downtown. I have to get some invisible fishing thread for the beading that I want to dangle from the wings. And I also need to get some thread because I need it because I'm using a sewing machine. And I also need some more glass beads because I'm all out of the beads that I purchased because I used them all for gluing the beads on the wings, which I don't regret. But I thought, I didn't really think I would be using that many, but because they were so tiny and I wanted to cover large areas of the wing. Yes, so fishing thread, or like invisible monofilament, whatever the craft stores call it, thread. And oh my God, I just said this. Beads. Lord help me. Hi, I am back from my appointment and from the craft store. Sadly, I could not film in there. Also, I don't have the social skills to deal with that, but I had to change because it is so unbearably, disgustingly hot and humid outside. It's like 83 degrees and the humidity is it's like 75%, and I was sticking to myself. It was gross. So I've changed, gotten my things, and we are going to work on beading the wings. I'm so excited. That rhymed. Hey. So here is my thinking. I bought this multi-pack of beads, which I have right here. And if I bring over the wing, you guys can see where it's like broken here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trace on my paper the shape of the finished wing, and then I'm going to bead in like that. Now it's not going to be able to be completely rounded, of course, because this doesn't go all the way out, but I think I can get a really cool shape with the beads and they'll be able to dangle. So we're gonna start by doing that. I'm actually going to, even though this is the right side, we are going to flip it this way so it's easier for me to trace. Okay, this string, this thread is impossible to see. So threading this was the worst, but thankfully I had gotten and knotted on a small glass bead so I can start my string without having to worry about things falling off. I am only 3 chains in, but I think it looks so cool, you guys. I didn't know how it was going to work out, you know, getting the thread through the layers of cellophane and E6000, but because the E6000 is not 100% cured, it's actually going spectacularly. So I think it looks awesome.
I think I'm going to have to re-thread this one because I didn't do it tight enough. But I'm going to get everything on and see if I need to make any edits, but otherwise I am obsessed. It is 8:08 p.m. and they're finished! Well, the beading is finished. I am in love with this. I've been holding it up to my hallway light to see how these beads look under the light, and I am so excited. This, like, quite literally exceeded my dreams. They just look so good, the glass and plastic beads with the cellophane and the small glass beads. I'm utterly obsessed with how they look. Let me put it down. Now it's time to put them together. And I'm genuinely so excited for this because this is the point we've all been working towards, right? So, my plan is the way of attaching this is going to be with a U shape that goes into my corset. Now I bought 10 millimeter or 10 gauge wire as opposed to the 8 gauge, I think, that I used for the actual veins of the wings. I'm going to use this to create a base, and then I think I'm going to put popsicle sticks on either side to reinforce it and make it a little bit more comfortable. Have it a little more, surface area for the pressure. And then I'm going to cover it in gaff tape because that stuff stays wherever you put it, and it won't be wood against my skin. And it's also black, so that'll help a lot. So that is what we are going to do next. So, I have the brace all made. I'm currently going into my very messy room because, oops, I don't know why that did that. I got my corset in today. So I'm going to test and make sure that this is comfortable. Because if not, we're gonna have to find an ulterior solution. Alternative. Welcome to my desk. I have put my corset on with the back super loose because, let me grab the brace. I want to make sure that I can slip this in and that it will be comfortable. Oh, geez. Oh, there's one here. Is it empty? Oh, right. Yeah. And now for the true test. If I can wear my corset correctly, which I think I can. And yes, there are little things there, but I don't think it looks too bad. Oh my god, I did it! Eee! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go look in the mirror and see how this looks. You're now in my kitchen. We're just moving all over the apartment today. I have tied this up. I actually kind of love this corset with this shirt. By the way, the corset is from Scarlet Darkness. I love their stuff. What's so great about their corsets is they have a quick release zipper on the side, which is so nice for taking it off and putting it on, especially with someone with a larger bust like me. Great. But this is what the back of the corset looks like. Of course, it's a little loose because, I'm not going anywhere right now. But this is working perfectly. I am so happy with this.
I cannot wait to put the wings on. I'm so excited, so excited.
Did I do all of this work for nothing? Yes, because this did not work. Because of all of the beading that I added to the wings, they just kept falling off the supports. I feel like I should have probably thought about this earlier, but did I? No. So lessons were learned, and this did not work. Alrighty, so I am finished for the night. Cans are on these because I also E6000'd them. I did remove the tape that you guys just saw me putting on and, futz around with their placement. Had them a little bit higher so that the beads would fall nicely. They'll fall like that. But now I'm going to clean up this mess and go to bed. I'll see y'all in the morning. All right, so welcome back. It's August 19th, 5 p.m. I have some bad news. This, not working. Out the window. I've tried 6 different configurations. Every time the wings have fallen off because of the weight from the beads. Plus, it makes them massive, and I'm not sure I want to have to be super wary of my spatial awareness because I don't have good spatial awareness anyways. So, I have thought about this, and I think I've come up with a solution. I'm going to do this and directly attach my wings to my corset. Sarah, how are you going to do this, do you ask? I don't know yet. I think I am probably going to somehow create them detachable so that I can get in and out of booths easy. I'm thinking maybe Velcro, so we shall see. I'm going to sew some Velcro on the what's this called? Oh my God, corset. I need to eat. And then we'll do some tests with E6000 and Velcro on the wings, and hopefully this works. It looks like I have found a solution. They look a little bit more like they're resting, but that's fine with me. I had this self-gluing, what's it called? Velcro. Oh my gosh. Can you tell I've been at work all day? And that worked out great. I will go somewhere else and I will show you the back. So I only have one side Velcroed right now, but I think they look pretty good from the back. I'm not going to change the beading because I am going to hang these up on my wall and I want them to look pretty on my wall. And I think they still look good. I mean, they don't give the illusion of the wings like they did when they were up here, but I still think they look good. So this is what I'm going to do and how I'm going to attach them, because I can just go like this. Whoa, look at that. So if I have to go into a booth or something, I can take them off and I can hold them. I think that's pretty brilliant. I am so proud of myself and this project. But we're not done. The wings are done, the rest isn't. I need to sew these on, make sure they are stuck, because the Velcro ain't coming off the wings, but it is coming off the fabric. And I need to clean my mess. This is what happens when my roommates aren't home and I have the apartment to myself. And my sewing machine came. So I think what I'm going to do is clean my room and set that up. Tomorrow, I probably won't be doing much in the way of things because I have to prep for a procedure that I'm having. So I don't think I'll be up for it because I can't eat 24 hours before. So I think tomorrow's going to be a pretty rest day. So I think what I'm going to do today is I already took an hour to finish up the wings. Clean up my room, set up my sewing machine so that everything is ready for Thursday after my procedure, if I feel up to it, or Friday and Saturday to sew my skirt. But other than that, we're pretty much all done. I'm so excited. All right, I will see you guys when my room is clean and the apartment has been picked up. All right, my room is all neat and tidy. Now it is time to put the sewing machine up. Look at how pretty she is. Oh my gosh, and it comes with a case and I put all my stuff in it. I am exhausted, so I'm not going to try and set this up tonight. I will do it tomorrow or late Thursday after I'm feeling better. But she's here and she's beautiful, and I cleared out a space under there for her to go. I love it. Hello. It is August 22nd, and we are coming up on the home stretch. The date got moved, so I do have another week to finish this, but my goal is to continue to finish this by tomorrow so that things are out of the way. I have my sewing machine all set up. I'm going to wind some bobbins, and then it's time to start laying out the skirt, which I'm so excited for. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm threading the machine, checking the bobbin. This took me forever to thread because I am not used to those like lever threaders. I'm used to doing it by hand. So this was a whole new experience for me. And then I was testing my tension, all that sort of stuff, making sure we were good to go. Okay, so now that we have the machine all threaded and the settings correct, I have my waistband laid out, and I'm going to start laying out how I want this skirt to look. There will be green shorts underneath, which will help, but I do want to make sure that I have a good amount of coverage, so we're going to do that next. So I have my first layer here, and I'm going to be sewing in runs so that I don't have to fish for pins. So this is the first layer, this is the bottom layer. I think I'm actually going to switch these brown parts out for longer strips, and then we'll sew. Time for the second layer. Guys, it's done. Oh, my mom's calling me. Okay, I'm back.
it's finished. Are we ready? Are we ready? It looks so good. My phone died while I was sewing, so you guys missed the top layers, and I also ended up putting a bottom layer from an old skirt that I had, or an old dress, so that it has a nice layer on the bottom. So yes, of course I'm wearing shorts, but I also want to have an added layer of protection because I don't want to be flashing everybody. I also have old jewelry. I have buttons and beads. I have a button string that I had from all of our old antique buttons. I have an old necklace tucked in my boobs. I have leather wrapped around. I'll do more leather wraps and stuff. But oh yeah, also the socks. Oh, the socks and the boots. A moment for the boots. A moment for the twirl factor. I think it looks so good. I'll obviously have someone tuck in the shirt in the back. But guys, I'm so happy. Let me grab my wings. I mean, like, come on. They look so good. You can't tell me that this isn't awesome. You can't. I'm obsessed. I love it so much, you guys. Here's a kind of bottom up. Disregard my very dirty mirror. Hi. But thank you guys so much for coming along for this crazy, chaotic vlog. Hold on, let me flip the camera around. I'm so excited to go to Ren Fair in now a week, and even though the date got moved and a lot of stuff happened in the in-between, I'm still really excited that I do get to go. I'm so excited, and I will make sure to put some clips of my day after this, but also make sure to go check out my full Ren Fair vlog that I will link down below to watch what we did on the full day and kind of come along with us. Yeah, I love you guys so much, and thanks again for hanging out. Bye.
You are killing this right now.
Does feel good though.
Pretty damn good.